Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square in the frosty air. But mostly, we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. Why are you watching like Pokemon videos on your...
Hey, it was just what I was doing during the mic check, okay?
Oh.
But this isn't a time for Pokemon. That's after we're done recording.
Yeah.
This is a time for Christmas. And what's more Christmassy than Christmas songs?
Probably a lot of, like Jesus' birth.
Okay, I mean, that's... It
We're
wasn't really like
Jingle Bell Rock.
it was like a open-ended, we're going to draw Christmas song title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're drawing Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock, the modern hip version of those Christmas carols your great-great-great-grandparents listened to.
I think that it is the exact ones that...
I mean, it's like what our great-grandparents and grandparents may have listened to, but not our great-great-great-grandparents. They would have been appalled by the use of electric guitar and lack of hymn noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's the thing. The version of Jingle Bell Rock that at least I am familiar with was recorded in like 1950. I was just looking it up earlier. 1957? Yeah, 1957. Back before like rock came into being.
Back before rock.
Definitely before the rock was born. But oddly enough, not before all the rocks on the earth were made. Yeah.
Well, not all of them.
That's true. There's probably been lots of new
rocks get made
volcanic
all the time.
rock. The point isn't that. The point is that it's not really a rock and roll song. It's more of a...
I think they called it rockabilly back then.
It does have a twang to it, Jingle Bell Rock. If you made a song called Jingle Bell Rock nowadays, it'd be terrifying. There'd be screaming and children crying when they listen to it.
That's very
The screaming
true.
is in the song. The crying of children is out of the song. Although, depending on the rock artist, there might be children crying in the song. I don't know what heavy metal sounds like. It just makes the ears bleed. That's all I know.
All you know.
Mm-hmm.
In all your years of experience.
My experience with like metal music was like learning that Christopher Lee made a metal album when he was like in his 60s or 70s, and then looking it up and being like, oh, what's his Christmas song called? Isn't it called Jingle Hell?
Jingle Hell,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was.
See, that's like the modern day equivalent of Jingle Bell Rock.
I fell into the classic trap of making the hand the size of the head.
It's just a perspective thing. The hand is clearly much closer.
It's his backhand.
Is that, what's he holding? Like the North
Like,
Pole?
no, it's like a stick. He's like a walking stick.
You also made the classic mistake of making the walking stick as thick as the person. Nearly.
Well, he does.
Like, that guy's
it
leg.
fits in his hand
That
nicely.
guy's leg is in no way thinner than that pole under
He's
his...
wearing baggy clothes.
Exactly. So his leg is like half as thick as that walking stick. Imagine going hiking with a white hiking stick that is twice as thick as your leg and somehow fits in the palm, like fits in your hand. It'd be terrifying. You'd be like Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph-sized hands. Oh, he has a lady friend. Or he has a guy friend who has unfortunately long hair.
No.
Or that's not a human at all. That's the three things I've narrowed it down to.
Okay, I was going for lady friend.
You know, this is called Jingle Bell Rock, not like Jingle Bell Hike.
Oh. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah, so it's time to
I'll
add a Jingle Bell Rock.
I'll try to change what I'm doing.
It's weird to me that, like, in the early 1900s, really into, like, the 50s and 60s, I feel like, it's like when all the classic Christmas songs were recorded for the most part. Nowadays, it's just, like, people doing covers of them. Like, apparently, Lindsay Lohan just did a cover of Jingle Bell Rock because apparently she's acting again and decided she should also sing a song
Yeah,
Again.
that's what you do when you start acting again, I guess.
Yeah, apparently that comes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we listened to like 30 seconds of it.
I'm gonna do something I
It's
don't
just
normally
worse than
do,
the original.
which is look up
What a Jingle Bell
what
looks
a
like.
Jingle Bell looks
Oh
like.
yeah, it's like
Because
that's the thing. Back in the 50s, were Jingle Bell and like 40s and 30s, were Jingle Bells just like common?
they must have been.
Like everyone just had like a sleigh because they were.
That's how they got around.
Yeah, like, what era of human history was like?
How else would you?
Because apparently,
traverse?
like Jingle Bells, they show up in modern times as like decorations, but they're not like part of our. Like if we had to write a Christmas song from scratch today,
Mm-hmm.
it would be about like how picked over the stores are and how annoying it is when you get another coffee mug for Christmas. Like that's what our Christmas songs would be about today. They'd be sad and depressing.
Yeah.
But back in the day when Jingle Bells were readily available and everyone was singing about them and rocking
Rocking around.
them. Yeah.
Jingle bells.
Oh, it's like one of those modern art pieces where it's like, did you see the giant statue that appeared in that field overnight? We should go look at it.
See, this thing, you know how like you go hiking and people all the time, like at least for me, you go hiking, right? And then people are like, "Hey, look, we just hiked up to God's thumb," and you're like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." They're like, "See, if you squint right, that stone over there looks kind of like a thumb."
You talking about that's from holes?
That's from holes. Yeah, that's from holes.
We have here in Arizona, near where we live, we have Praying Hands, which is a famous rock you can hike up to.
Yeah,
You've been up to Praying Hands.
I probably have, but I don't know what.
It looks
stone.
like two hands put together.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it doesn't, but
It's like two rocks with a crack like down the middle of them, and they couldn't call it like long skinny butt, so
yeah.
they called it Praying Hands.
But see, this one appeared, one day,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Do we call it the acorn?" And then someone else is like, "It looks more like Jingle Bells."
They were clearly like discovered it in December,
Yeah,
in a time when Jingle Bells were something that people could recognize. See, Bell Rock. There's Bell Rock in Arizona, in Sedona. See, here's a picture of it. Doesn't that look like a?
it doesn't.
It vaguely resembles like the Liberty Bell.
If you squint right,
This one is like oddly specific for Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell. Finish that. Connect that G. All the elementary school teachers in the audience, and me, an elementary school teacher, have a hard time looking at that.
what? But my Y's and my G's look very different.
Wait, so that's like a rock up on the top of a
yeah,
mountain.
it's a rock on the top of a mountain.
It just stays
So, like,
perfectly balanced there.
Every Christmas, I mean, you've seen these rocks that are on mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Like the weight of it. Like imagine that thing rolling. Like it's not just some gust of wind is going to make that start rolling.
That's a good point.
But yeah, you know, like every Christmas, this is just what everybody in this town does. Just hikes up.
They must have gone in like October. There's nobody else there.
See, they're wearing like coats.
Yeah, well, that's what I almost said July, but then it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the southern hemisphere in July, and that's why
It's just
there's no one there.
It's a fairly small town. Also, people hate hiking. So,
Is that so?
you know.
Well, so that's like a rock that just like
Like, have
perfectly
you ever
has-
been to Praying Hands and there was like anybody there?
I mean, we were there.
Just saying, people don't hike very
Yeah,
often.
usually, like to get to a famous rock, you have to hike up quite a ways,
Mm-hmm.
like to where all the amateurs are like, not me. Capitalize Bell. Think of the elementary school teachers.
I do think of them when I do this.
Somewhere, one of your old elementary school teachers is crying.
You and my mom.
Yeah, your homeschool teacher is crying.
She's not.
You
She's
forgot that-
laughing.
Gosh, she's laughing at your poor use of capitalization.
No, she's laughing at you.
Oh,
freaking out about.
I'm not. Hey, I am a couple of steps before freaking out. I would probably hike to Jingle Bell Rock, assuming it was like right out back.
Yep. Like this looks like it might be like a butte with how I drew it, more than a mountain.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty impressive rock.
Yep. Like if you saw this rock though, you're like, that has to be man-made.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like most of the rocks that exist, it's like they barely resemble what people call them.
mm-hmm.
This one is just like,
well,
that's just a poorly drawn jingle bell.
I imagine in this small town with this small butte and this rock, there's like the people who are like, no, it's Acorn Rock, and we hike to it in the fall when the leaves are changing colors, and other people are like, no, it's clearly a jingle bell. You can see the holes on this, and they're like, only on Christmas Day can you hike there. Our great grandparents used to drive their sleigh up to Jingle Bell Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it got its name. And then the other hand, people are like, no, our great grandparents with their pet chipmunks with cheeks full of acorns used to make the hike every fall solstice.
Not even a thing. And I thought it was spring.
Oh. Why do I think of acorns as more of a fall thing?
Good question.
Because they fall off the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
We have some fall decorations that are acorns.
Mm-hmm.
I think they grow in the spring, and then they fall off the tree in the fall. But I'm no botanist.
I mean, they exist in the fall because that's what are stored up in the winter.
Yeah.
With
okay.
That's
why the chipmunks had cheeks full.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's what they say. It's not me. It's the hikers.
Did you know that the song Jingle Bell was written as a Thanksgiving song? But since nobody likes Thanksgiving, it became a Christmas song.
There's only one Thanksgiving song by, is it Matthew West? The Gobble Gobble song?
the one where he's like dressed as a turkey?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's about things. There needs to be more Thanksgiving songs.
Yeah. The problem is like the person that wrote Jingle Bells, he's like, oh, this is about Thanksgiving, getting riding the sleigh. But then he used bells, and everybody knows that bells automatically means it's Christmas.
I think that's Santa's fault because he has a sleigh with jingle bells.
Like
on it.
even like
apparently,
like any song with bells, like obviously Carol of the Bells is Christmas, but like Silver Bells, that's not supposed to be Christmas, right? But it just like is now.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think people like added Christmas words to it, but I'm
maybe
pretty
they are
sure.
supposed to be silver jingle bells.
But I think it was just like normal bells, like it was just a cool bell song. And then they're like, no, Christmas.
Yeah, they're always taking those cool bell songs, turning them into Christmas songs. Can't we just have year-round cool bell songs?
Yep, no, you can't.
Apparently not.
If you were to write a bell song, even if it was like clearly not a Christmas song, like you were singing about
like
the opposite of Christmas.
4th of July.
Yeah. It would just be like they would change the words. Whoever they are, they would change the words and make it a Christmas
They're like, we really
song.
like your song, but in the editing room, it somehow became about Christmas.
We're just listening to it, and those bells made us think.
Yeah, that part how you talked about how it was really hot in the middle of the summer. And actually, it was really cold in the snow. Just a little tweaking and auto-tuning and, voice doubling.
We started feeling chilly while singing it.
Yeah.
In the middle of July.
Yeah, with all the bell sounds. Yeah. You think, this is another random thing about sleigh bells or jingle bells or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Are sleigh bells jingle bells?
I think so.
I think they have to be, right?
Just jingle bells attached onto
Is a jingle
sleigh.
bell like an actual type of bell?
I don't know. I looked up jingle bell, and there's a lot of pictures.
A jingle bell is just like any bell that makes a jingling sound.
Yeah, but like looking at the pictures, jingle bells are like these kind, where it's like a circle.
Huh.
Whereas like a normal bell is like the open bottom.
Yeah, what's
bell.
a sleigh bell then?
I think a sleigh bell are jingle bells attached to a sleigh.
I think these are just like descriptive words for a bell. It's a jingle bell. You mean it's a bell that jingles? Yeah, it's a jingle bell. Well, it's on your sleigh. Yeah, it's a sleigh bell jingle bell. It's like, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it? If I took like a...
See, but the thing is, when I look up sleigh bell
Yeah.
and I look up jingle bell, I'm getting pictures of the same bells.
I'm getting one that's on like a rattle. It looks kind of like a medieval weapon.
Yeah, but the bells on it are the same bells. But then if you just look up bell, you get like the open-ended bell.
Yeah.
Like the Liberty Bell.
So I bet there's like a music major out there at some university today watching our video, like they do, to make fun of the art majors at their school. I think that's how it works, right?
Yep.
Leave us a comment explaining what instrument the jingle bell actually is, if it's not just called a jingle bell. And if you could comment a paragraph or two on the difference between sleigh bells and jingle bells, just do like a quick, like Venn diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're the same thing.
Yeah.
A small
you can send it to
small
our
paper.
You can send it to our email.
Yeah.
Because you can't put pictures in the comments. But definitely write as long of a paragraph as you can explaining it in the
fact,
in the
even
comments.
if you're not like a music major and you just feel like the need to weigh in on this debate.
See, here's the thing. We read and reply to every comment.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep
if
in
you
mind,
write a very long comment, that wastes our time.
Keep in mind, if you're watching this video like in 10 years and we're like, so famous that we're like on billboards and stuff,
We'll still probably read it.
we'll still probably read it. Yeah. All right, my turn to draw.
Yep.
All right, Jingle Bell Rock.
Yep. So are you going for a different pun? The same pun?
Maybe I'll just draw the 1957 rockabilly star himself.
So not a pun at all.
No, I'm definitely going to do a pun, but I'm just saying, don't assume.
Well, I was asking. That was a question.
I could be drawing Bobby Helms, the voice that we all know and love, but probably don't know his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that goes. Fame is a fickle mistress. I was like, before I say that, is that the same? Because if I just make up that saying, it's gonna be weird. So yeah, I'm gonna claim it's real.
It's the same.
That's unfortunate.
Except I don't know if fame, like, isn't it luck?
It's fame now
because they talk about like Lady Luck.
I talk about Lady Fickle Fame. Her.
I wish I knew her.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we're
professional.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we're famous yet.
We're definitely not famous. Nobody could mistake us for that. Yet. One of these weeks we'll hit it big.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be offered hotel deals and money. Yep. All right.
I know I can't wait until we get that first hotel deal.
The first hotel deal that's the hardest, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's quite unfortunate.
Yep. It was good to hear that Adam Young got his hotel deal.
What do you mean? You mean how he made music
for
a famous hotel?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what sort of made him famous? Yeah,
yeah.
Pretty great. It's on the cover of his second album. Speaking of fame, we 2 weeks ago drew a lovely drawing for a fan of ours and dear friend of the channel, Ethan. Yep, I name dropped. Whether that's his real name or not, we'll never know. Could be the name I just made up.
I mean, whoever you're talking about would probably know.
He knows. Or she. I could have changed everything.
You could have.
But we met this, I'm going to say, human. I could have changed that, too. He could have intergalactic. Anyway, we drew a drawing for this fan 2 weeks ago called A Christmas Penny. And you better believe it. We were out and about the other day, and without warning, he came up to us and said, "Isaac, I want you to have this that I have wrapped."
Mm-hmm.
What was it? A Christmas penny.
Yep. So unfortunately, starting next week, we won't see Isaac for a year.
It is unfortunate. The worst of curses has been laid upon me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you watched our Christmas penny episode, you'll know there's nothing good about it.
Yep.
There is nothing good about a Christmas penny. A year in the big house.
I would have said slammer.
The slammer. The clink. Is that what they call it? I'll have to learn. I only got a week left.
Yeah, you have to learn all.
And I'll be serving
all the lingo.
My Christmas penny will be. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not going to do well. But some reason our fan decided to give me a Christmas penny.
Mm-hmm. You can just draw pictures for all the inmates.
I don't know that they'll appreciate that as much as they should.
They might, give you their extra puddings or jellos or whatever it is they have.
I'm going to be giving them extra puddings because I'm drawing. I'll be like forcing them to watch me draw. The common, what is it? The workout room or what do they call it? The yard. I'll be over there on my piece of paper and my prison pen.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, "We wanted to use that for
making tattoos.
And
you're wasting off prison pens."
I fear that I don't know much about prison, but I don't think they take too kindly to wasting prison pens. Yeah.
They might ask you to give them the tattoos.
Oh gosh, we have design tattoos on the channel.
They'll be like, "Oh, we're big fans here in prison."
Oh, maybe we have a prison following,
yeah.
And they disable the like button and comments in prison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want them to.
So that explains a lot.
Yeah,
if that's for some reason the case.
So they'll be like, "Oh, we all want a classic, saggy butt horse style."
Our tattoo? Let's
on our bodies forever.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that gets you killed in prison. They're like, "Give us a tattoo," and I do it because
they're probably in prison. They're probably fans of the hand mangler. They probably look up.
Probably there with them, Ben.
But he won't mangle your hands. You give him
because he's such a big fan.
Yeah. You show his work so well.
I'm gonna have such a weird prison story when I get out. Be like,
maybe he'll mangle your left hand.
I'm ambidextrous as of now.
Everybody in prison, just remember, Isaac draws equally with both hands at the same time.
We never really have done a left-handed challenge. It's so bad as is. I don't know how we could even.
We one time we did a challenge where Timmy drew with his left hand and we drew with our right hand. This was pre YouTube.
Was it?
Yeah, just like on a Sunday.
I get all of it.
He drew with his left hand and we drew with our right hand. His drawing was still far superior.
I mean, duh. Hate to burst your bubble for our fans, but yeah, we can't draw. Oh, that was not supposed to be a straight line. Well, it is now.
What is that?
It's like a scar on the Jingle Bell. One of those Jingle Bells with like a middle part.
Yes.
Makes it look arguably more like an acorn. Yeah, it's not supposed to be straight. It's supposed to be... Yeah. It's a Jingle Bell rock. This is a Jingle Bell guitar, by the way. It's not really... It's not really...
Does it jingle?
Yeah, it's just jingles. Like, it's not like...
There's no strings?
Yeah, it just has like... multiple.
He just like shakes it.
Yeah. And it has like that rattle thing I looked up earlier on the top. It's just
right.
Multiple jingle bells.
Is his head a jingle bell?
Yeah, he's a jingle bell.
Why is it like weirdly weird?
Weirdly weird? You haven't even seen the worst of it yet.
Like the lines
Maybe.
for like the whole of the jingle bell. Why are they so like weird?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
With this? Those?
No, the one his
These.
head. Yeah.
It's like his eyes and his mouth. Or
What?
should I give him? Oh, fine. I'll give him regular eyes. I'll give him rock eyes.
Rock eyes.
What do rock eyes look like?
I don't even
Just
know
like
what
little
you.
slits. I bet. Little slits of eyes. They're cool. Black. And angry. Now this looks even more creepy, to be honest with you. Now I gotta give
Now it
him
looks like a nose and a mouth. I actually think it helped. A lot.
give him another mouth. Does that help? Like over here.
And does he have a beard?
Yeah. It's like a Santa beard. It's clearly not real. He's just like a rocker.
I don't understand his hand.
It's just a jingle bell.
Oh.
This is a Jingle Bell man playing the Jingle Bell rock on the Jingle Bell guitar. Live with it.
Okay. So like his head is a jingle bell and his hands are jingle bells. I don't feel like he would be very accomplished in most activities.
He's really good at the Jingle Bell rock, though. That's all that matters to him. Now, usually you give like the rock and roll sign. He can't because he has a Jingle Bell hand.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to imagine that this is the
jingle bell rock sign.
Yeah, it's like it has its own sound.
He's not even like holding the guitar. It's just like it's there.
So you're saying it needs a strap, huh?
Well, I'm saying right now it seems like it's floating.
I guess the strap would go across the arm.
That is how straps usually work.
I mean, it's hard to explain how a Jingle Bell man works. But yeah, it's strapped on so it doesn't fly off while he's jingling around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. What else does a proper Jingle Bell rocker need? Probably a torso. With a belt. That's just full of jingle bells.
You know, if we were a normal YouTube channel, we'd probably ask people to like say what their favorite Christmas song is. But we told them to give us a long description of the difference of bells.
Yeah, I mean we're trying to reach out to the different groups out there that clearly the prisoners and the music majors.
The very specific groups.
Yeah, you know how it works. Now he's a rocker, so he has like a V-neck.
That's what rockers wear?
I mean, I don't know, but he's got some chest hair.
So wait, does he have skin under his? Like, I'm just wondering where the jingle bells.
I want you to imagine
Stop.
that it's like the same metal material that a jingle bell is made out of, but somehow there's chest hair sprouting from it.
Okay.
It's
Like-
disconcerting, really. But
Does he jingle when he moves?
yeah,
Like obviously his hands
continually.
and head jingle, but like does his whole body jingle?
No, just like the bell looking parts. Just the bell looking parts.
Okay.
And he doesn't always dress like he's Santa, but like at Christmas time you like have to, so he does.
Yeah, it is a law. I mean, me and you right now are dressed as Santa Claus.
It's weird, but we don't want to break any laws.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's like a good art law.
Yeah. As far as I know, there's no law saying that you have to be good at art.
I mean, there might be after some lawmaker gets a hold of our channel, but
Yep.
all YouTube art channels must have kindergarten level training at least. and then we'll have to go like elsewhere.
We'll have to move off of YouTube.
The heel on that boot's a little intense.
He just walks on the heel.
He has like one leg that's longer than the other because of the leg mangler.
Yeah, this guy, he's like, oh, I heard there's a hand mangler in town. Well, I've got news for him. I don't even have hands.
I mean, he would say he does.
Or maybe he's already been mangled.
Oh gosh,
So bad.
he's met like the
He
heel.
replaced his hands.
He's met like the heel mangler and the foot, the face mangler and the hand mangler.
Yeah.
No, he's just.
And every time he's been mangled, he's just replaced it with jingle bells.
No, he's just a jingle bell man. In fact, I'm gonna try to fix his boot.
Oh man, you didn't really fix it. The problem is he's clearly standing on the heel.
Yeah.
Like just that heel. The other foot isn't even on the ground.
I'm not entirely sure what's under here. Actually, that's not true. I know exactly what's under here.
Is it a jingle bell?
A jingle bell. Yeah, I'm not very imaginative. It's just what it should be. I mean, if you're like a crowd of Jingle Bell people, this is terrifying. It's like someone's head. Like,
Yeah, well, that's why he's like a rock star.
yeah, he's edgy like that. Yeah.
Is this a world where everyone's Jingle Bell people, or is it like there's sugar plum fairies and
I don't
like
think
is this like a Christmassy world?
it's like a Christmas instrument world.
Like you go.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like
okay.
like
Christmas, yeah.
like Nutcracker Story, where she like goes and there's like all the people,
We can go with that, yeah.
but it's instrument specific.
I mean, maybe not everybody's instrument. I like your world better actually than the one I was thinking of.
Even the world I stole from the Nutcracker.
Yeah, you know, that one. Looks a little boring in the background. I'm gonna add some decorations.
Are they gonna be jingle bells?
Like hanging from the roof.
Just like a single jingle bell on on string.
Again, this is edgy. If you're him, because
Yeah,
it's
this would be like having a skull,
like a
or
head. Yeah, yeah. It's creepy. In all the right rock and roll kind of ways that I'm not familiar with. What else is rock and roll? Like, give him like a cape. No, I think I'll leave the cape off.
I don't know if you know what rock and roll.
I mean, capes are pretty rock and roll.
I don't know if that's true.
Uh,
I think capes are more what you expect to see at like Comic-Con or the Renaissance Festival.
I like capes. Okay, just let it happen. Let me have a cape.
Yeah, but you like going to the Comic-Con and Renaissance Festival, not
do.
rock concerts.
See, I don't really understand rock concerts. Because if I just imagine you see this guy there, it's like, what the heck am I looking at? Maybe there's like a nice Christmas wreath.
Nice Christmas wreath.
How do you draw a wreath? This is like a circle, isn't it?
Just a hairy circle.
Harry, you really want to go there?
Just saying what a wreath is.
A hairy circle. I don't know if I can allow that to exist in my drawing. That hairy?
This is more like donut. Like
Put
poorly made donut.
I'll put some holly berries on it.
Poorly made donut with sprinkles.
Oh gosh. Maybe that's what he's got back here. Edgy like that.
How's that edgy?
His world has a very different definition of edgy than ours. And what's right in the front? That's right. A jingle bell.
Your jingle bells never make sense. Like,
You mean because they're all like vaguely different? And...
like mostly just like those lines you're putting on them. Like,
you get the idea. You get the idea.
You're putting them in weird spots. Like, technically they can go anywhere because they just have to be holes for the sound to escape. But you're doing, like, normally they all connect at the bottom of a bell and they're equally spaced apart. But you're doing neither of those things.
Just let it be. I'm proud of my jingle man. And I'm going to capitalize the B in bell because I'm a good speller.
Because
and
you're drawing
capitalizer.
Like Beauty and the Beast bell.
No, I'm drawing like a title. I'm not drawing anything, I'm writing it. Maybe that's why you're so bad at it. You think of writing words as a drawing.
It is a drawing.
Then why are you so bad?
What? I'm bad at drawing.
Oh, that's a good point. Why am I better? It's because I'm a teacher. I have to be an example for the children.
You had to write so that people can read it every day.
Yeah.
You know how often I write things? Once a week on this channel.
You have to carry a pen now for your new job. Don't you use that?
Only if I fill out forms, which is hopefully never. I did at the beginning because I didn't have the electronic card thing. But hopefully I never have to fill out a form again because that only happens if a kid does something.
Oh, that's rough.
Horrible.
Carry a single pen just for write-ups? Like you have to have a pen in your upper right pocket.
No, I used to have to every day write like report thing. But now I don't anymore. But now it just became habit to have the pen.
It occurs to me that chest hair doesn't usually stay contained within the...
More hair.
We've talked about this on the channel. It fixes...
And I think chest hair does usually stay contained in the clothes.
Not his. Jingle Bell Rock. See, this is what I expect.
Most people don't like pull down their shirt and the hair just like explodes out.
If you're a manly man... Come on.
I've never seen that happen to any man.
I picture this at all the Jingle Bell Rock concerts happening this December. Just this guy comes out on stage and thrashes around for 4 to 6 hours. Like stands on the head of like a fallen Jingle Bell man. And yeah, it's just I imagine it's just like a giant mosh pit. Like he doesn't like you said, there's no strings on his instrument. He just shakes.
And his head makes the same sound as his guitar.
Yeah,
so.
it's actually the biggest jingle bell up there. So it's... And there's probably like a drummer. There's probably just like a drummer who has like jingle bell hands and smacks jingle bells. And then...
And the mosh pit's all just jingle bell people. So they're just making their own
There's like a bass player who like rhythmically... But nobody remembers him because he's a bass player.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
The doom, the fate that.
And when you have a Jingle Bell Rock band, like there's no singing because their faces are just jingle bells.
So can he sing?
I mean, he just like shakes his face into a microphone.
I assume that they communicate through shaking.
Like the sound that comes out of his head jingle bell communicates different things than the rest of them.
Right.
It's a complicated thing. But the point is, this is more Jingle Bell Rock than like the actual 1957 melody. Like that's like barely even classic rock anymore. Classic rock is now like the 80s. Like I don't even know what that is. Yep. Like it's your great grandparents rock and roll is what it is.
It's original rock. Rockabilly rock.
I think original rock would be the rock you drew.
Just an actual rock.
Yeah, actual rock. Well, tune in next week as we come to you on Christmas Day.
Yep. We'll probably record it not on Christmas.
Oh, come on. You're not coming over Christmas morning?
I mean, I can. I'm not doing anything Christmas morning.
Yeah, okay. Don't come over Christmas morning. I have plans, but that's not the point. The point is, picture this on your Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up.
12
you realize,
o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock a.m.
Yeah.
You realize, and I'm talking about the children, because Christmas morning is all about the children.
Mm-hmm.
They rush into their parents' bedroom and they say, Mom, Dad, the Two Poor Artists probably released a video at midnight. Can we please watch it?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, don't you want to see if Santa brought you any? And they're just like, no, the Two Poor Artists released a Christmas video. They haven't released one on Christmas yet. Can we watch it right now, Mom? Please, 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 please.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole family begrudgingly watches our video.
Yep.
Christmas morning. Over and over.
Mm-hmm. And if enough of you comment on this video, we could possibly consider doing something like we did on Easter.
Oh, no. Oh, don't promise that.
I'm making no promises.
Okay,
but
animation? Our animation
Mhm.
from Easter is easily one of the 3 scariest things that's happened this year.
Yep. So if you want to see that, make sure to comment and force us to do it.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna talk to you about it because that means we'd have to sit there for 6 hours to come up with something.
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more work.
But
So we will only
if you
do
want
it.
it for your Christmas morning
Mm-hmm.
and Christmas afternoon and Christmas evening, think of the children. Think of the children. We'll do it. But until then, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this. Why do you have to promise them a Christmas animation?
I didn't promise them anything.
I hope nobody comments. I hope they comment, please, please don't make it. My eyes haven't recovered from Easter. Watching the animation, the unnatural movements. You can hope. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.